These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of quiz challengers attempt to beat the greatest quiz team in Britain. Here they are, the Eggheads. Today's fearsome foursome are Barry, known as the Brain because he wears glasses. Pat, the Shark, operating silently. Olav, the Immaculate. And Lisa, the Voice. Hoping to sink our quizzing giants today are the Good Time Games. Tom and Nick co-own a board game cafe, which the rest of the team regularly visit, as well as hosting all sorts of gaming events. Tom runs a monthly quiz at the cafe that he writes the questions for. Let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm the Managing Director of Good Time Games Cafe.
Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm the co-owner of the cafe.
Hi, I'm Shaq. I'm a paediatric doctor.
Hi, I'm Ben, and I'm an English teacher.
Tom and team, hello.
Hi.
Great to see you. I love the idea of a board game cafe, Tom. Was it your idea?
Yeah, I travelled, worked a bit in Asia, and saw a little cafe out there. Cute, small, quite wholesome environment, and wanted to replicate that in Manchester.
And how many board games do you have in there on the shelves?
Lots, probably 400-ish, something like that.
It's around that number. We lose track sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyone want to shout out a board game and see if they've got it?
Risk.
Risk? Oh, yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Shaq, do you go there?
I do, yeah. Pretty much every week. We go on to Mondays, the Mindful Mondays, where we all met, so yeah.
And Ben, favourite board game at the cafe?
I think my favourite's probably Scythe, which is this big controller map. It's got some beautiful artwork in it. It's a lovely game.
Control the world. Now, there's a thought. The challengers, I think, are ambitious, Eggheads. Let's see how they do. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs. If you fail to win, the prize money just rolls over. So, Good Time Games. The Eggheads have won the last 3, so there's £4,000 for you to win today. Shall we crack on?
Yep. Let's do it.
Brilliant. Tom and team, the first head-to-head battle is on music. Who would like music?
I think we agreed beforehand that that would be me if it came up.
Amazing.
Well, Manchester is a great music city, of course. You've got any one of them, Tom. You've got Barry, Pat, Olav, Lisa.
Who looks the most nervous? I think Barry looks the most nervous. Let's go for Barry.
He always looks nervous. Tom from the Good Time Games versus Barry from the Eggheads. On music, I know you like your music, Barry.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah, depending on the era. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions in our legendary question room. Tom versus Barry, 3 multiple-choice questions. Good luck, Tom. Everyone at the cafe watching, I know. So do you want to go first or second on music?
I think I'll go first.
Here we go. Tom from Good Time Games. Your question, the 1812 Overture, is by which composer? Is it Chopin, Tchaikovsky, or Elgar?
Well, I don't know anything much about classical music. 1812 Overture. I'm just going to go straight down the middle. Actually, no, I'm feeling more left. Let's go Chopin. I had it right first time, right?
Yeah, you did, yeah. Tchaikovsky is the answer. What a blow. Barry, what was the name of the 1962 dance craze that followed a James Brown hit song with the same name? Jacket potato, mashed potato, or bubble and squeak?
Well, the only one of those that I seem to remember attempting to try was the mashed potato, so I'll go for that.
Mashed potatoes, right. So the Eggheads have pulled ahead here, Tom, but don't worry. This is like a game of Risk. It's not over until the last card is drawn. Stop Me, Mark Ronson's first top 10 UK hit, was released in which year? Tom, was it 1997, 2007, or 2017?
I'm feeling like 2007.
Yes, you're right. Well done. 2007. Barry, which of these musicians is considered to be a Baroque composer? Brahms, Mahler, Vivaldi?
Well, Brahms is romantic, and Mahler is even later than that, so it must be Vivaldi.
It is Vivaldi. What do we mean by Baroque?
Well, anybody from about around the 17th century.
Oh, so it's a period, not a mood.
Yeah.
Right. Anyone help us why we get the word baroque?
Comes from the Portuguese for, I think, a deformed pearl, something like that. Slightly strange origin.
Vivaldi is the answer. Back to you, challenger. You must get this one right to stay in. Which singer knocked the Beatles' Hey Jude off the top of the UK chart with her debut single, Those Were the Days? Sandy Shaw, Mary Hopkin, or Dusty Springfield?
I'm not too sure again, but I'm feeling like it maybe Sandy Shaw.
Who was it, Barry?
Mary Hopkins.
Mary
I'm afraid.
Hopkin. Barry, you're through to the final round. Sorry, Tom. It can be a little bit brutal with these eggheads, but don't worry, there's plenty of time to make a comeback. Rejoin your teams, we'll play on. Bad luck, Tom, but don't worry, you're still in charge of strategy for the team. You're still the captain, OK? You can control the puppet strings. The challengers have lost a brain. The eggheads are all still there. We play on, and it's geography. Who wants this?
How you feeling, Shaq?
Yeah, I think we'd said I'll do geography. So
You got this,
I'd
man.
like to try.
OK, so Shaq, our doctor from Manchester, against which egghead? You can have Pat, Olav, or Lisa.
Maybe Pat, Lisa?
Pat?
Sure.
Yeah, go on. If that's all right with Pat.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about that. He's got to do it. If it's not all right, we just wheel him through. Shaq from Good Time Games to play Pat, the great shark from the Eggheads. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. So, Shaq, you're a doctor.
Yes, I'm a trainee doctor. I'm training to be a paediatrician.
Do you ever play Operation at the cafe?
I have never played Operation. Never once.
And Pat, we call you the shark because it's often silent, isn't it? You strike below the water level.
Spread terror, I hope.
So it's Shaq and the shark. Brilliant. 3 questions. Geography. Shaq, you can choose the first or second set.
I think I'd like to go first, Jeremy.
Good luck to you. Here's your question. Tenby is a coastal resort in which country? Is it in England, Scotland, or Wales?
I haven't been to Tenby. I think it's Wales, and that was my initial gut feeling. Yeah, I think I'm going to lock that in, Wales.
Lock it in. You're quite right. Wales is correct. Pat, which of these African countries is entirely south of the equator? Botswana, Ghana, or Senegal?
Well, Ghana and Senegal are in West Africa and are located north of the equator, but Botswana is well down in the south, so Botswana.
Botswana is right. Capital of Botswana?
Gaborone.
I love doing them on their capitals. They do know them. Shaq, which of these is the name of a town in both Cornwall and Cambridgeshire? Newport, St Ives, or Hythe?
Ooh, OK. Again, my initial thought was Newport because I can't think of another St Ives. So I'm going to say Newport. I'm going to lock that in.
Newport. Any challengers know this?
I think it is St Ives.
Yeah, so St Ives, I guess the Cornwall one is really famous because it's got an art gallery and whatnot. Yes, St Ives was the answer. Sorry, Shaq, so the shark has a chance to take the lead. What type of rock are the cliffs at the Yorkshire coastal promontory called Flamborough Head? Chalk, millstone grit, or basalt?
Well, let me think. You don't hear a great deal about chalk cliffs except on the south coast of England, along the Kent and Sussex coasts. Basalt, Antrim is the most famous place for that. The millstone grit, I think a big chunk of the Pennines is composed of millstone grit, and perhaps that extends as far as the sea at that promontory. I do associate millstone grit with the Pennines and Yorkshire. I think I'll have to go for that, millstone grit.
It's chalk? Yeah. Does anyone live near there? Barry, you'll know this. You will have seen it.
Pat was right in saying the Pennines are mostly millstone grit, and I didn't think millstone grit extended that far into East Yorkshire, so yes.
If you had a cliff made of millstone grit, wouldn't it fall down?
No, it's a very hard material.
Oh, OK. It's not like grit on the road surface, yeah. Chalk is the answer. Oh, that was a bit of a let-off there, Shaq. What about that?
Okay.
So, press the advantage. The port of Antwerp is located on which major river? Is it the Scheldt, Waal, or Meuse?
Again, I'm uncertain about this. I think I'm gonna have to go down the middle here. And I don't know I think it might be Weil, so I'm going to lock that in.
It's the Scheldt. So, Pat, to take the round. The Juan de Fuca Plate is a tectonic plate under the eastern edge of which ocean? Indian, Pacific, or Atlantic?
I think it's located off the coast of British Columbia, northwestern United States, so it's in the eastern part of the Pacific Ocean.
Yes, you are right. It is the Pacific. Sorry, Shag, knocked out by Pat there. Just a little moment where he slipped and then he recovered. We'll be back shortly. We'll see you after this short break. Welcome back. As it stands, Good Time Games have lost 2 brains from the final round. The Eggheads haven't lost any brains. The next subject for you is arts and books. Who would like this?
Ooh.
I think I'll have to go for this one.
Do you think Ben?
Saving
All right.
Yeah,
Ben for
Go
the-
get him, Nick.
All right, so Nick is going to go in against whom? You've got either Olav or Lisa, so the 2 on the right.
I'll take Lisa, please.
Right. OK, so Nick from Good Time Games versus Lisa from the Eggheads with a degree in.
Half of it's in history, half of it's in English.
Oh,
Good choice.
To ensure there's no conferring, please, for the last time, go to the question room. Good luck to you in this round, Nick. 3 questions, arts and books. Hope you do really well. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll stick with what we're doing. We'll go first, please, Jeremy.
OK, good luck. Which of these works of art is the largest in size, Nick? Is it Leonardo's Mona Lisa, Van Gogh's The Starry Night, or Picasso's Guernica?
Okay, so I know that the Mona Lisa is rather small, and I know that Starry Night is quite big, and I'm not sure about the last one, so I'm gonna go with Starry Night.
I'm sorry, Nick, the answer is Picasso's Guernica. That is the largest one. Lisa, the 17-foot tall sculpture of David by Michelangelo is composed of which material? Terracotta, marble, gold?
He's made of marble.
Marble is right. Where is that, though? Anyone?
It's in the Gallery Accademia in Florence.
In Florence. Back we go to you, Nick. The poem Home Thoughts from Abroad that begins, "Oh, to be in England now that April's there," is by whom? Alfred Lord Tennyson, Robert Browning, or Dante Gabriel Rossetti?
I'm gonna have a guess at Alfred Lord Tennyson.
Well, we've got an English teacher here, Ben.
Oh no, I'll get fired.
Go on.
I'd go for Robert Browning, but I'm really not sure.
It's funny, isn't it? I love poetry, but I wouldn't be able to answer this really.
No.
It is Robert Browning. You can take the round with this, Lisa. Which US president co-wrote the 2021 crime novel, The President's Daughter, with James Patterson? Was this Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, or Donald Trump?
Should we just say that I think Donald Trump had other things to do and leave it at that? I think Mr. Obama had other books to write. I will say Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton wrote The President's Daughter with James Patterson, so 2 out of 2. I'm sorry, Nick, that was tough on you, and I know it probably wasn't your best subject. Come back to us, rejoin your teams. We will play the final round for £4,000. OK, this has been quite a board game, hasn't it? It is time for the final round, which, as always, is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads aren't going to be in this round. So that's Tom, Nick and Jack from Good Time Games. Would you please now leave the studio? Well, Ben, I'm sorry you're on your own here.
That's the way it goes.
You're an English teacher, so I'm hoping there will be something in your zone that comes up. You are playing to win Good Time Games, £4,000, while Barry, Pat, Olav and Lisa mount a defence of the Eggheads' precious reputation. As usual, I'll ask each team 3 questions in turn. They are general knowledge. Normally, I say, Ben, you can confer, but it's difficult because your 3 colleagues are back there. So we'll see now whether your great brain can overcome these 4 very, very good brains. I'm sure it can happen. The kids at school will go crazy for it if it does. Good luck, Ben. Do you want to go first or second?
I think I'll go first.
And here we go. Which of these typefaces is a serif font? Arial, Times New Roman, or Helvetica?
So this comes up for us at school sometimes because it's harder to read sometimes with serif font, so I'm pretty sure that Arial is one of the ones that we use, and Helvetica is also, those are sans serif, so I think it's Times New Roman.
It is Times New Roman, and well done, but I don't know what that... help you tell me what...
It's the little kicky feet on the bottom that make them slightly italic, so the Times header, if you think of that, it's quite elaborate, rather than just, I'm an A. Yeah,
I didn't know
that's
that.
right. Right.
That's a serif font, yeah? Mm-hmm. I would have tripped up there. Times New Roman is right. Ben's ahead. Over to the Eggheads. Which wealthy individual funded the building of the Peace Palace in The Hague to house a court of international arbitration? Was it Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, or Nizam of Hyderabad?
I certainly would have been Henry Ford. I'd
It's
be
Andrew
inclined to go
Carnegie.
for Andrew Carnegie, but I don't know it.
Before the answers came up, I thought Andrew Carnegie.
Ties in with Andrew Carnegie's
Yeah.
philosophy.
He made his wealth in the latter part of the 19th century, didn't he? He was wealthy
Yeah.
at the turn of the century.
I'll say Carnegie. Okay. Andrew Carnegie.
Oh, Eggheads. You didn't want to talk about Nizam of Hyderabad.
One doesn't talk about the Nizam of Hyderabad.
First rule of Nizam of Hyderabad.
I mean, he was famously rich, but I don't know if he was a philanthropist, though.
Andrew Carnegie is right.
Well done, guys.
Right. One each. Ben, the DAX index is a measure of share prices on the stock exchange of which city? Frankfurt, Paris, Amsterdam.
I don't know, but I'm thinking that the D of Deutschland might be connected to Frankfurt. I know it's a big financial centre in Germany. I'm going to go for Frankfurt.
Frankfurt's correct. Second question to the Eggheads. Which 2017 film became the first superhero film to achieve an Oscar nomination for screenwriting? Wonder Woman, Logan, or Justice League?
Discounted Justice League.
I think Logan was critically quite well received.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was a bit of a feminist tour de force, wasn't it? There was all this stuff around the female director,
Yeah, Patty
strong
Jenkins.
feminist storyline type things. Which way would you go if you were on your own?
Kicking and screaming to Wonder Woman, thinking I should have chosen Logan.
Not filling me with confidence here.
I know. That's the problem.
I would have gone, I think I probably would have gone straight to Wonder Woman, so
Okay.
I'm probably not helping a great deal here. Gentlemen on the end there, any thoughts? You on your own?
No, I just had a vague feeling Wonder Woman might have been it, but I really don't know.
I would probably have gone Logan, but I don't know it. So if three people have an inkling for Wonder Woman, let's
Yeah,
go
the
that
thing
way.
is, I'm gonna go for Wonder Woman, unfortunately.
Let's just see challenge. Do you know, Ben?
I think it's Logan,
Oh, right.
but I don't know.
You got it wrong. It's Logan. Ben is right. Ben is right.
Hey guys.
Straight
This may be where the contest turns. Ooh, how interesting. £4,000 if you get this right. Simple as that. In 2019, Manchester City won the FA Cup final 6-0 to equal the record victory set by which club? Bury, Barnsley, or Blackpool? This for £4,000.
I know Bury, I don't think Bury exists anymore, unfortunately, and I don't think it's ever been that high in the world. It's not my specialist subject, I think. I feel like it's unlikely to be Barnsley, and I know that Blackpool have had some good days, some good times, so this is what I'll get strung up for at school if I get it wrong from the various boys, but I'm going to have to say Blackpool.
The actual match we're talking about here is 1903, so it is a very long time ago. Eggheads?
I thought it might be Bury.
I did too.
Yes, Bury.
Ah, right.
Bury was the answer. So you can level it up or you can crash and burn, Eggheads. Who are listed in the directory known as Crockford? Barristers, clergy, or surgeons?
Clergy, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's clergy.
Clergy is right. Crockford's clerical directory. So 2 each after 3 questions. We go to sudden death, Ben. Gets a bit harder because I don't give you alternatives. Who was assassinated by Sirhan Sirhan?
So my assumption based on the name is probably Gandhi. I know he was assassinated. I mean, I know the names of Kennedy, Lincoln assassins, the American assassins. I'm not sure about John Lennon. I'm not sure about Martin Luther King, but I think I'll have to go with Gandhi.
Gandhi is your answer. So just going through some of those American assassins to make sure we're right to rule them out. Martin Luther King,
Not sure.
James Earl Ray, I think.
Really? Right, yeah.
Lennon, Mark Chapman, JFK, Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald, yeah.
JFK had a brother, Bobby Kennedy, and he was assassinated by Sirhan Sirhan.
Never mind.
You can take it with this, Eggheads, sudden death. In 1970, what was the destination of the first space mission to achieve the landing of a human-made object on another planet?
Okay, so the moon is eliminated. No,
only got
planet.
Mercury.
The moon is not a planet, though.
So
Also
it's
Venus.
versus Mars.
Could be
Well,
Venera.
Mars is much easier than Venus.
There was a series of Venera probes by Russia targeted at Venus, and then there were things like Viking targeted at Mars.
Viking was a bit later, 1970 though, wasn't it?
So it's just which came first,
I mean-
Venera probes or the Martian Viking.
My first instinct was Venera, but I mean, yeah.
So it's just a 50-50 pick between the two.
I know,
planets, really.
I know. What'd you go for?
I'd go for Venus. I think
Okay.
it seems hard to believe that they did it, but I think
Since
Ignored you last time, Pat.
since I overruled you last time, I'm gonna go with you this time. I think. We're gonna go with Venus.
The mid-70s was Mars and Viking. 1970 was, and you've said it all, the Soviet Venera probe, which went to Venus. The correct answer is Venus. You've got it right. We say congratulations, Eggheads. You have won.
Good logic there.
It's hard when they're all together.
Yeah, I thought I was doing all right at one point.
You were doing very well.
Football knowledge.
You were doing very well, and you'll now see the Bobby Kennedy story everywhere. So
I work near to Bury, so I'll get in trouble. I will get it.
no, well, yes, I suppose yes. Bury and Manchester aren't far apart, so
1903, though, they might let me off on that sort of thing.
they will let you. You performed very well. They'll let you off for sure, Ben. Thank you. The Eggheads have done their thing. They are getting back into their stride, aren't they? They reign supreme again. It means that the challengers don't take the £4,000 home. And the Eggheads, we roll that money over to the next show and we wonder who will beat you. Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers can do it with £5,000 to play for. Till then, goodbye.
Lots of new bundles of joy to coo over. Join Helen Skelton, Jules Hudson and all your favourites in Springtime on the Farm new at 8. Getting to know their new patients, the GPs behind closed doors turn on the charm as the mobile surgery pulls into Peterborough. You next.